Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to these timeless interactive messages from your angels. My name is lisalyle, and this is my space here on YouTube. I trust that you will feel welcomed and supported in this space. If you do, please consider hitting that subscribe button, supporting the Thrive. We are at 777 subscribers. It feels lucky and fortunate. So for all of those who are here connecting with these messages, I trust that something will resonate with you. So our choices, your choices for these interactive messages are calcite, aquamarine, or labradorite. Calcite, aquamarine, or labradorite. Come on, Tristan, off the desk. Let's go. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine and the angelic realms, here to support those guided to receive this message, to connect more deeply with the angels that surround them as they move toward the heaven on earth experience via their very own calm central nervous system. Whew, that was a mouthful today. All right, so if there's anyone here, let me know how the stream is. Please let me know that it's clear. Hey, Kiva, welcome, sis. I can't really do that with my... Oh, yeah, there we go. Heart, sort of. There we go. Excellent. Okay, perfect. So for the interactive component of these messages, it is calcite, aquamarine, and labradorite. And I'm just feeling for all of us as we connect into the energy today. First of all, it feels like for all of you, there's something that you're trying to say, or there's something that your angelic team would like to say to you. And so it's about getting clear and perhaps by a stream so that you can receive the messages. And perhaps this is the channel / space for you to begin to receive what it is the angels are trying to say. It does also feel like for many, and two of the crystals today, support the throat chakra area. And so it does feel like there is a clearing going on in this space. And I'm just being guided to encourage you to stay the course, keep going. Let me clear my throat. There's that song where it's like, hot damn, something like that. So clearing your throat. For all of you, regardless of what crystal you are connected to, I felt really called to work with the Magic of Flowers Oracle cards because it's through our connection to the Mother Earth, nature, the natural realms by which we're healed. And so again, it looks like we're starting off with a lot of purple. And so the first card out is the impatience. And so this is for all of us. And I know it's a flower. I do know what an impatient is. I'm just feeling like for some of you, and perhaps with this throat chakra clearing, you're beginning to feel impatient. Like, why aren't things materializing? Why aren't things showing up the way perhaps that you would have expected them to show up? I would just caution with respect to expectations. Whether it's of yourself or of others, because expectations are like premeditated resentments, right? Because oftentimes we fail to meet our own expectations, and so others do as well, because they don't even know what our expectations of them are. So I am feeling that this is a call back to the heart. And now I'm hearing, ain't no mountain high enough. We're each here traversing our own mountain terrain. And, but what I'm noticing here is it's raining down these cherry blossoms. And so cherry blossoms feel like it's probably impatience, right? It's not cherry blossoms, Lisa. That's the energy I'm feeling, though, is like this joyful energy coming in by your ability to stay in your heart space. I've got to really work on this setup here. The next card out for all of us is the hyacinth. Again, extracting the sweetness out of life. Strong intuition energy here, trusting your intuition. This message has been coming through in many of the readings, whether here on this channel or for clients in the background as well. Like, trust your intuition. This is the time. And this is about, again, extracting the... There's someone at my window. Yeah, there is. There was. And then I just... this is about extracting the sweetness out of life at this time, and going for what you want. You know what? It's very weird. And the person that was at my window is someone that I've been having weird vibes about in this building for quite some time. So I'm a little bit, my heart's racing. Anyhow, let's burn some sage and come back. I'm on to him, though. Okay, so it's about extracting the sweetness out of life and going for what we want via the pathway of honoring and trusting our intuition. And we had this one again the other day as well. And our intuition speaks to us through our heart space. It's the quiet whispers of the heart, the wishes of the heart, the desires that really ignite the inner fire. And this is about the sisterhood again. We see, this is feeling to me like the Sisterhood of the Rose, the Magdalene order of the sisterhood, and coming back to the heart space and really integrating from this space, and having the patience and trusting that the seeds that we have sown and the seeds that we continue to sow are coming to light. We are healing. We are being able to, this is such a weird word, I would never use it in my normal life, extrapolate the sweetness out of life. Yeah, it's not cool. I'm sorry, guys. I feel a little bit shaken right now because of that, because he literally positioned himself right outside of this window, closest to me. He could probably hear me speaking. And, prior to coming live today, he's walked past, a couple of times and made eye contact with me at one time. It's a little unnerving, I have to say. Okay, so we're gonna shake that all off, shake it off. Maybe we'll do some singing bowl, clap it out. No, I don't. think I might ask him to be friends, perhaps break the ice. Like honestly, seriously, that's it. Let's all just be friends. Let's not make each other feel weird and uncomfortable. Like, honestly. Okay, so now we're getting into the interactive component. 8 minutes, 10 minutes in, 10:44, which seems perfect because 4 is my number for the angelic realms. And at the end of the day, I am guided and protected by the angelic realms, by source. There's nothing that can come my way that intends to cause us harm. And it really feels like there's a message here for all of us to stand strong in that knowing and to, not confront, to face these things that make us uncomfortable. And believe you me, I will extend my hand to that gentleman and ask, hey, you want to be friends or something? This vibe is weird. And, and I've run into him a number of times in this space and in the laundry room and that kind of stuff. So, but a very closed off energy. And so perhaps at the beginning, that throat clearing that was going on, we're getting impatient. What I'm impatient with is people who, those who just really don't want to engage in life in a productive way. And we can see it in the world, right? The world really externally, if all we were looking at was external, the world seems like a very strange place. I mean, Canada here, and I'm sure it's all North America, it's the UK, it's France, it's all of these places that are under attack. And honestly, 1221. Yes, Frank, thank you. Thank you. The divine masculine, it's time for you to rise up. Stop being creepy, stop being weird, and stand up for the women and children of the world. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of this weak masculine energy. It's gross. It's not productive. And what we're seeing happening here in my part of the world is like Canada is being under attack by the third world. The Western way of life and our culture and our safety and our security is under attack. And you can, if you want to debate me on that, let me know, because there's a lot of people that may disagree. If you'd like to engage and have a conversation about that, I would love to have people on this channel with me and we can talk about this, or perhaps start a new channel where we can talk about the real stuff that's happening. This don't talk about religion and politics has caused us great harm. Great harm. This idea of being politically correct has caused us great harm. And we must stand up for ourselves. And it can't just be the women of the world speaking and rising and standing up. Where are all the men at? Come on. So that's my little rant. That's my little rant. Now perhaps we'll get to the message, and maybe he's standing outside the window listening. I don't know. He's not outside the window, but he could be at the wall. And just stop being fucking creepy. I'm not excuse my language. I just dropped an F-bomb. I could get censored on here because I've done that. That just flew out and it really felt good. So I hope I didn't offend anyone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry by that. I'm sorry about that. Oh, all right. So let's get a drink of water. Cool down, Lisa. I think a part of it as a woman is when our safety feels like, when we don't feel safe to conduct ourselves in the world as we always have, then that's a problem. And for a middle-aged woman who since the time of the bug that flew across the planet, since that time, my level of feeling safe and secure out there in the world has diminished a little bit. I still walk through the world very much with confidence and secure. And yet I'm also a realist, and I understand that I am a woman. I'm not a rather large woman. And there are a lot of there are a lot of, let's just say, men who have been imported into this country from other places, well, predominantly one place in the world. And, they don't have the same reverence and respect for women that we value here in the West. And that is problematic. That is problematic. And again, it's not politically correct. It's a fact, though. And as a woman, I can attest to that fact simply based on my life experience. So I'm qualified to speak on that. And this is, where we're being called to go. We are being called to speak on the things that are difficult. And, I really would like to know that I'm not alone in this, and that there are others also speaking up, and we're looking out for one another here in this community. We're spread, gratefully. And in some ways, unfortunately, we're all over this globe. We're all over this planet. And, although we can't reach out and touch one another and hug one another, we can show our love and support to one another by simply showing up in our own experience, and coming together and having these difficult conversations that no one wants to have for fear of offending. What about, our souls being offended? What about our safety and security, ours and our children's being compromised? These are important things that need to be addressed and spoken about. We can't just, elect billionaires and say elbows up because it's a cute slogan, and then, not even days after, a Canadian woman who was a school teacher, who was out in her garden in her 80s, is assaulted to her demise in her front yard by the third world. This is a problem. I have a problem with it, Canada. Where's elbows up now? And what is that dirty move, that silly little catchphrase slogan, doing for you? Where is the righteous anger? I feel that energy rising as it did in 2012, where the divine feminine was saying, no, no more of this, enough of this. I am not going to tolerate the abuse. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm moving on. I'm healing myself. And so there's something about these angel messages today that are very strong. And perhaps some of you have been feeling like disempowered, or perhaps you have been feeling unsafe in your day to day. And so this is a message to bring the safety back to the home space, to stand your ground, stand up for yourself. Perhaps have those difficult conversations, make eye contact, and have the conversation that needs to be had. Reach your hand out and say, hey, friend, let's stop creeping each other out. Let's stop putting ourselves in situations where we're feeling alone, in our own home. Our home and native lands, right? Come on. Whoo. Wow, wow, wow. What a day. So if you were guided to calcite, here is your message. Yeah. And this again, when the West imports the East and the third world, what do you think you're going to become? Where do you think your values, your safety, your security? We can talk all we want about diversity and stuff. You know what? I grew up in Canada. I grew up in Scarborough most of my life. I'm well versed on diversity. And I see how it was in the 70s and 80s when I was young, and even the 90s, versus what it is today. And there's very little diversity when you're bringing in 1 million or more people, maybe 2 million, from the same place in the world, the same third world country. You're going to end up with problems. And it's happening all over the West. So this is a time. This would be a good time, everyone, to open your eyes. and your mind and your heart, and stop trying to be so politically correct. Look at that, 12/12 on the 2nd of June. We're on to something here. I'm just feeling guided to share. I'm sorry, this isn't much of an interactive angel message. We may have to change the title of it. It is a very relevant issue, and I feel passionate about it. I feel very passionate about it because I want to go through the back half of my life feeling safe and secure, to do my own thing, to be an independent, confident, free woman, not afraid to walk out on the street, not afraid to go and get something to eat at Tim Hortons without having her space invaded or her feelings of security compromised. Is that too much to ask, Canada? Or America, or the UK, Ireland, France? Is it too much to ask? I think not. Yeah, well, same here, which is problematic too, right? And there's lots of children that go missing in this town, boys, girls, young women. And we have a tremendous amount of people living on the streets, which is horrific. This is Canada, eh? How we doing, Canada? How we doing, USA? How we doing? I want to share something that was something I posted on June 2nd, 2020. And this was when I believe we were still maybe locked down, because of a bug flying across through our space. This is what I wrote, and I feel like it's very relevant today. I actually checked my memories and I shared it at like 11 hours ago because I was very 2222. Here's the food for thought today. Think for yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your heart. Don't allow yourself to be played. Don't black out. Light up. Use your voice to lift all up. Seriously, wake up. If you are playing into the narrative right now, back then, or now, if you are playing into the narrative right now, please don't look back and wonder why we are where we will be 5 years from now. This is the 5 years from now, folks. This was shared 5 years ago. You are a part of the problem. Be the solution. Peace begins within. Heal yourself. And when I saw that, I was like, my gosh, where are we now 5 years later? Are we doing better? Canada's not. And we've got another billionaire zealot in the house. Friends with the king, kiss the ring. I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. And so I want all the other people who don't think so to join here. Let's gather here. Let's exchange ideas. Let's, let me know if you'd like me to start a new channel. And this one, we can just focus on spiritual development. And over there, we can talk about stuff that's going on that's affecting everything. We have been spiritually compromised because we have been fed a bucket load, a lifetime of lies. And we have many, many, many mushy brains have believed the lies that leads us to where we are today. And, with all due respect, that beautiful woman who lost her life tragically in her garden likely supported who we have sitting in office in Parliament today. And that's, that's it. Maybe all right, Kiva, let's think of what the other channel can be called. I do have another channel here called The Ministry of Love on YouTube, but I haven't really done much on it. But, maybe we can, start, let me think on that. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I'd like to continue to grow this space, and perhaps we just have different days that we speak about like real stuff without getting the channel, shut down and never achieving what I would like to achieve. But maybe we'll do that more in the coffee time lives. Today has not really turned out to be an interactive angel message, thanks to the, you know, the person who wanted to hang out outside of the window there for a bit and freak me out, got me all sidetracked. And yet I feel like, Kiva, thank you so much for all of your engagement, because I feel like, hey, Kanta, hey, ma'am. I prefer to be called Miss. Ma'am makes me feel like really old. I should go for it. I'm not sure if I would answer your personal question here live. Do I know you? Are you a subscriber? My name's Lisa. Yours? Sure, go for it. We'll see if I answer. I don't know. I will go. I mean, I'm pretty transparent. I'm an open book. If you're new here, welcome. Kiva, though, I would really like to thank you so much for encouraging the continued stream of, where this stream has gone today, which is completely not where I had imagined it would go. And yet I do feel like stuff that is my personal experience is also stuff that all of you are experiencing where you are as well. So, that's really all this channel is. I'm no expert on anything, right? I'm just one who has been awakening to my spiritual essence. I've been doing the healing for 30 years. Yeah, I've been doing the inner work for 30 years. I've tripped and stumbled along the way. And, yet here I still am today, willing to be vulnerable, willing to show up and suit up for the handful. Like literally for years, I've been engaging with handfuls of people here on the lives, behind the scenes, many more beautiful souls, light workers, healers, the modern day mystic behind the scenes for more than a decade. So, like this is real stuff. We are in the thick of this transition, and we have to talk about the stuff that's not, this isn't about airy fairy rainbows and lollipops and unicorns farting stars. That's not what this life is. We have to be real, and we're living in it. And so it's important for us to share. And I trust that this is a safe space for all of you to come and share, because I really do care about you. I care about all of us. I care about Mother Earth. I care about the children of the world. I care about healing. Oh, that's your personal question. I'm not an intuitive like that. I'm not here for entertainment purposes, Kanta. I mean, if I entertain, that's wonderful. You may want to join us back on Friday night. Friday Night Live, I pull cards for those who join the live stream, who are subscribers to the channel. So please do come back Friday night, Kanta. We go live at 8:11 p.m. Last Friday night was a rousing success. It was so much fun. We were here live for 3 hours. So I hope to see you then. Today was meant to be an angel message, but I think I'm actually going to change the title on it. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to pull some angel cards and get us for all of us. And I will use these crystals in another interactive. I am going to share about them today because I've been guided to pick them up now. And so what I'm feeling with the Labradorite, and Labradorite wanted to be placed on the Archangel Michael Oracle. Friday was a blast. I had so much fun. And one of my colleagues at work, she came up to me yesterday and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I watched all 3 hours and however minutes of that live. It was so much fun, Lisa. Thank you so much." And if you're listening, thank you so much for your continued love and support. You have been a great source of inspiration and wind beneath my wings to keep me going and not give up on this. And I will never give up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Because this, when we have found our sacred ground, when we have found our path, how can you walk away from who you are? You can't really walk away from who you are in your heart. If you agree with that, hit the thumbs up, show some love and support, hit subscribe, introduce yourself. Come on. No more hiding on the sidelines. That's not going to do going forward in life in general. So we're not doing an interactive now, folks. If you're coming in for the interactive, I am so sorry. You'll have to go back and watch the first part of the video before the 10-minute mark. I was like, yeah, there was something that really threw me off. And then I've sort of been guided to go more on a little bit of a tangent. I even dropped an F-bomb here in this live. I'm really apologize for that. That's not, don't apologize, Kiva. I'm apologizing for my F-bomb because perhaps that's a side of me some of you have never experienced. Trust me, I'm a mere mortal human. I do use the F-bomb from time to time. So apologies. But with these stones, I'm really feeling like the angels really want us to come emotionally home, come into our emotions, face what we're feeling, address what we're feeling, know that we're guided and protected by the angelic realms. And, we are the ones here building bridges. Perhaps there's been a lot of bridges burnt behind us in this lifetime, but we're building the bridge this time. We are the bridge to the heaven on earth experience. And that's exactly what I want to live, and I feel like all of us have a right to live that heaven on earth experience. We shouldn't feel terrorized in our own spaces. That's unacceptable. So we're going to leave it at that. We're going to pull some angel cards here, and I'm going to go and put my feet on the ground and get ready for the JOB. That really threw me today. I'm sorry about that, but this particular person who he's been hot on my radar for the last week, really hot on my radar for the last week. So much so that I've spoken about him at the JOB. I've spoken about him with a friend of mine just this morning before the live. So there's something about that. We've got to trust our vibes, right? Trust our vibes. And forgive those who trespass. Forgive those who trespass against us. Maybe he just wants to be friends, right? Maybe he just wants to be friends. I don't know. I'm going to find out, though. Awakening. Yeah. Trust your vibes. Vibes don't lie. 4 3s across the board. The path of forgiveness via the heart. It's taking me back to this little beauty. And the more we trust our heart, the more we forgive ourselves so that we can truly forgive the other, the more that our intuitive knowing grows, the more peaceful we become, the more compassionate, the more understanding. And yet we don't take anything either. We don't just sit and take anything. We are the leader. We're the leaders, the healers, the mystics, the teachers, the poets. We're all of it. Do you know it? I do. And we're here to heal. We're here to heal. And the first card out, I love it. It was, there's an oak tree out there somewhere with mine and my son's and Frank's name engraved in it. It's in our former backyard. The mighty oak. The mighty oak was once a little nut that just held its ground and sprouted and opened. And, when I come live tomorrow morning for Tuesday morning live, I'm going to bring the piece of prose about the mighty oak. I know I've shared it here on the channel before. It was a favorite of mine and my dear Uncle Reg. The mighty oak. And this is what we all are. We all are the trees of life. Interestingly enough, I have my Tree of Life shirt on today. We are the tree of life. And we are here to open our inner eyes, to open our hearts, to open our minds, so we can move beyond the I am too, Kiva. Thank you. So we can move beyond the lies of the mind, the lies that we've been fed, a lifetime of lies, perhaps lifetimes of lies, but let's just focus on the here and now, the lifetime of lies, that told us our safety, our security, our knowing, our gifts, came from something outside of ourselves. Nonsense. Perfect way to end this, Archangel Michael. Thank you. The first Archangel Michael card is the acceptance card. Again, 4, my number for angels. Lots of focus on the heart space, the purity of heart coming online, seeing the shadow, facing the shadow, not running from the shadow, right? We run. It's almost like we become the victim of ourselves time and time again. And if we're victims of ourselves, our own thoughts, our minds, our actions and stuff, we then become a target to be victims of others. That's not what we're here for. We're the peace angels, here to live from the heart, to speak truth, to share in a kind and compassionate way that encourages others to speak up and show up for themselves in kind and compassionate ways each and every day, taking time for nature, taking time to nurture. And we have the 41, Pendragon Sword, Divine Masculine rising. The feminine is in her power for the most part. The Divine Feminine is bringing balance to her power and holding space so that the masculine can rise and wield his sword of love's embrace, of grace, of power. Masculinity isn't toxic. The absence of it is. And men have been feminized by the lies, as well as by what is being ingested, what is being pumped into our systems, into our food supply, into the air, all of it. And we have to address this as well. The feminization of men. If you look at the boys, and I'm not, again, people will say, oh, Lisa, it's 2025. I get it. I've been alive since 1970. I know. And yet we're all like, not the whole boys being, where are boys being boys, right? Everybody's inundated with the artificial, like with the stuff that's affecting us. I mean, I was alive when we didn't have microwaves, right? So in my lifetime, we've got microwaves and all this other stuff. What is that putting into it? There's just a visitor. What is that stuff doing to our natural rhythms and cycles? And because, we may not engage in a lot of stuff, but it's all around us, all these towers, there's new towers going up everywhere, all the surveillance, we're always being watched and stuff. What is that doing to us? What is it doing to us? Do we feel more safe and secure? Are we feeling more peaceful in our body? Or are we like, our nervous system's all jacked up, amped up? I would say it's more of the latter than it is of the calm and peace, because this requires work and effort on our part. This requires us to show up for ourselves because we know no one's coming to do it for us, right? Makes sense? Yeah, I don't have a microwave. I would say there was a brief period in my time in my life where I used a microwave for popcorn. And then I realized how bad all of that was. And I don't use a microwave. I don't use a microwave at work. I'll use the toaster oven. At home, we don't have a microwave. It's just not in my thing. But that doesn't mean we're not under attack. There's cell phone towers everywhere. We've got our handheld technology and the Wi-Fi's in our house and stuff like that. And I really sleep best when the Wi-Fi is unplugged, when the router is unplugged in the house. I sleep like a baby, you know. And so there's things that we can do to show up for ourselves that create more feelings of peace and ease, and so that we can move into our power more easily. And, you know, hey, Witness 222, welcome back. Thanks for showing up today. It was meant to be. So everyone, we're winding up to the end of this. If you've been here for the whole thing, thank you so much for being here. I apologize that today didn't turn into an interactive angel message. I am going to change the title of this video. You'll have to go back to the beginning to watch and see what happened. But there was a bit of a visitor hanging out. We've named him Peep and Tom on the outside of my window. I'm going to find out his name. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, so I just kind of got sidetracked. I dropped an F-bomb here. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I apologize again for that type of language. It was just in the heat of the moment, you know? So anywho. Yeah, there was only one F-bomb. Like, I mean, I don't know, because I do really feel like there was some good stuff in here, like, and conversations that we need to have, ladies and gentlemen, men and women. We need to start having conversations that really get to the root of what's going on in Western civilization. Let's focus on the West. Let's focus on the home ground. Let's take care of the home front. And from there, we can go forth and do good deeds in the world. Unless we take care of the home front, though, our good deeds lack integrity, right? Because we're out there do-gooders. Oh, look at me, I'm so good. Yeah, there's lots of guidance in here for all of us, I believe, and I feel like I'm going to go back and we'll see how it performs here on the tube, and I will follow my intuition as to whether to leave this message up. It does feel important, and you know, I'm grateful that you all allow me this space to come and show up authentically as Lisa Diane Lyle, to show up here and share my heart with you. Like, I truly care. I care about you. I care about the world. I care about myself. I care about so many things. And this is my small contribution. This is what I can do on a daily basis to show you, myself, and you know, the world, that I actually care. I really, really do. And I just want us to get to the point through our individual experience of living truly, joyfully, heaven on earth, eating good foods, you know, embracing all the joys of being human, HUEMAN. We're not here to destroy one another. We're not here to creep each other out. We're not here to harm one another or anything like that. So please, if you're engaging in any of that energy, or you have any of that energy around you, call it out, stand up for yourself. And if you're doing it, knock it off. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. And hopefully I get a chance to address that sooner rather than later, because it has been in my radar, in my face for days. So anyways, anywho, folks, I'm going to go and polish this little light of mine. Hey, Rena. Hi. Yeah, you'll have to go back. The title of this was meant to be an interactive angel message. I'm going to end this live and change the title of it, and maybe we'll call it some serious conversation for the now time. I will be back here tomorrow morning live at 11:45. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Rena, Witness 222, all of you, Kiva, thank you so much. Honestly, those of you watching the replay, thank you so much. I am sending you all so much love and support, and perhaps we'll continue this conversation tomorrow morning. If you go back and watch from the beginning, I would encourage you to comment and let me know if you would like to have more conversations like this in this space, because honestly, I'm here in service to co-create with spirit, with God, source, as well as with all of you. I'm not here to do this alone. I can't do it alone. And so thank you so much for showing up, your love and encouragement. If you'd like to know more about me or to book a personal reading or anything like that with me, you can check the description box below. I gotta go. I feel a little unsettled again. I got past the initial unsettled, and now it's like it's coming over again, and all the love coming from you all. I can feel it, and it's overwhelming me emotionally. So thank you so much for showing up, and yeah, your love and support. It means a lot. I see you, I feel you, I love you. We'll connect again tomorrow. Until then, take care.